Okay, so we're taking out the equal signs and we're putting in one of these four symbols. The first symbol, hold on. Okay. The first symbol is our symbol for less than. And when it is less than, we're going to use an open circle. And I'll explain what that using an open circle means in a second. The next symbol, when we have less than with the line under it, who knows what that line means? It means less than or equal to. When we have less than or equal to, we're going to use a closed circle. On the other side, the opposite of less than would be greater than. And then when I see that line underneath, that means that it's going to be greater than or
Equal to.
So, say for instance, just talking about this first example here, if I'm saying x is greater than 3, well, if it was x is greater than or equal to 3, that means it can include the number 3. So that's why it's a closed circle, because when I graph it, my circle is including or covering up the number 3. In this example here, when it's just x is greater than 3, does it include the number 3 in my solution? No, it means that it has to be a number greater than 3, as in 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. So when we get here, we're going to do an open circle. Whoops. Open circle on the number 3, because it doesn't include the number 3. And then since it's greater than or less than, or sorry, greater than, do we think I'm going to draw my arrow going to the left or to the right?
Right.
I'm looking for numbers bigger than 3. Does that go to the left or right?
Right.
To the right. So again, my solution could be 4, 5, 6, 7. Infinity. Any number that is bigger than 3 would work. For our next example, we have x is less than -2. So what number am I going to plot my point on? -2. Is it open or closed? It is open. And since it's less than -2, should I take my arrow to the left or to the right? To the left. So now I'm looking at, in my answer, or in my solution set would be -3, -4, -5, so on and so forth. Does everybody understand how to graph our solutions? Doing something important? You? Tell her I said hey. Put your phone away. Okay, are we all good with this? All right, look at the next example with me. Clear my ink. In this example, notice that we now have to combine everything we've done so far. The steps are the same. Okay, so step number 1 up on the board is to do what? Box your variable. And then I want to go ahead and combine anything that I can. So what does that become?
8 and 1 is 9.
8 and 1 combines to 9. So I end up with x plus 9 is equal to, sorry, not equal,
Greater than or equal to 5.
greater than or equal to 8. I wanna subtract 9 from both sides. When I do that, I end up with x is less than or equal to 14 minus 9 is
5.
5. So my solution set for this example is x is less than or equal to 5.
Oh.
Now, what number do we think that I'm going to put my dot on?
5.
On 5. Is it gonna be an open or closed circle?
Closed.
Closed circle because we have or equal to.
So smart.
So now my solution includes the number 5. And then is my arrow gonna go to the left or to the right?
Left.
Left hand or to the left. So just less than left. Pretty straightforward? Yes, no, maybe so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna look at one more example together before I set you free. Make sure you have this written down. Look at this example with me. First thing I do is what?
Box
Box my variable, and step 2 is to what?
combine.
Move everything away from the box. What's not in my box? Positive 5, so to get rid of it, I subtract. That leaves me with negative x is greater than, 8 minus 5 is 3. Box your variable. Is my variable by itself yet? No, right now it has a negative, which is really a negative 1. So how can I get rid of that negative 1?
Add 1. Subtract 1. Add 1.
If this is negative 1, and I don't see any sign in between, what operation is that? Multiplication. What's the opposite of multiply?
Divide.
Divide.